What's up, world? What's up? What's up? Common Des here, Common Des 85, and we are live on Want to Talk Back. Today is Wednesday, and it's been a crazy Wednesday. A lot of happenings today, and honestly, I wasn't even going to share I was going to do this show, and if I was, I wasn't sure I was going to do the topic that I'm doing. If I'm camera straight, yeah, camera right, yeah, we're looking good. So the topic of tonight's show is going to be what is our culture? So we're going to be defining culture. We're going to be asking uh, insight. We're going to be looking at insight into how we perceive and define culture. Right now, it's just me. Other engagements, Hook and Chris had other engagements they had to take care of. So I'm going to get the ball rolling because I figured it was going to be an hour long discussion around this topic. So I didn't want to put a lot of current events or anything like that. So I'm going to get jump right into like the definitions and defining these things. So that way, when we're to have the full panel, we can go ahead and get that, or we can go ahead and jump right into it. So what I do want to do, pull up here. I meant to have the page ready to go. So we're going to pull up the definition of culture. What y'all want to use? Oxford or what? Let's just use Google. Uh, let's see, culture. If I remember correctly, it's like a set of customs and practices that are shared amongst a group of people. Let's see. So we have culture refers to the collective beliefs, behaviors, customs, and values that are shared by a group of people and transmitted through generations, influencing their way of life and how they perceive the world. So that's the definition we're working with right now. Let's see, is there like an Oxford definition? Let's see if we get like a other definitions. So then go Oxford to they said. And then we can do Merriam-Webster next. Oxford English Dictionary right here. Let's see, culture, we got the pronunciation right there. Let's see.
Culture. Culture.
Culture in British English and
Culture.
culture. Okay. 15 meanings listed. Let's see. Got the earliest known use here, 1150. A good definition. Yeah. Meanings and use here. Oh, they want you to subscribe now? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not a student anymore, y'all. Here you go. The way of life of a people, including their attitudes, values, beliefs, arts, sciences, modes of perception, and habits of thought and activity. So keep all these definitions bookmarked. We're going to go to Merriam-Webster here. Is the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. Also, the characteristic features of everyday existence, such as the diversions or a way of life shared by people in a place or time. Set of shared attitudes, set of values, conventions, integrated pattern of human knowledge, enlightenment. Never heard of that. What is it? Enlightenment and excellence of taste acquired. Okay, yeah, yeah. We have culture, right? So we've established culture is the practices, values, uh, experiences, things amongst your group that create your culture. So that leads us into the question: what is our culture? We have I was telling my boy the other day online, I was like, the thing about America, America has cultures within cultures within cultures within cultures, right? So a bunch of subcultures that make up the fabric of America. So if we look at this, so we're asking the question, what is our culture? That is the way my mind works. I'm asking not just one group, I'm asking really all groups. So it's kind of like, let's take a look at this. Let's start reflecting. What is our culture? What is our culture reflecting? So let's take some of these characteristics here. We're going to define it, and then we're going to ask, you know, how does it show up in our culture? What does it look like? Yeah, customary beliefs. Let's see. Customary beliefs. I think y'all know what a belief is, but let's get the group of customary beliefs. Let's get that moving together and let's define that. Ooh, let's see. Customary beliefs, meaning. So the AI overview, we have customary beliefs are established ideas, principles, or understandings that have been developed and maintained over a long period by a group of people and are passed down through generations. Right, so established ideas, principles, or understandings that have been developed. I see right now, uh, right here it says understandings that have been developed and maintained over a long period by people. Now, that right there speaks to me of the experience growing up as a Black child, African American child, whatever you want to call it, and the experience of being Black that portrayed to us and told to us, and a lot of times felt by us. And we all kind of connect on that as not only African Americans, Black people, but also people of color, because understand that we are the minority here in the United States, right? So, and then it's also again, it speaks to what I say constantly when it comes to psychology stuff. People build uh, defense mechanisms based against other people based on generalities of people, or stereotypes, profiling. So with that in mind, we can pass those stereotypes and profiles down. And may started out as initially a cautionary tool, which essentially becomes a offensive tool, which is what we've seen at this point through both sides of history in America. That is, globally, it's going to be a whole other thing, right? What we have here, we have principles. Okay, let's get a definition for principles. It's going to be a short episode tonight because like I said, I want to give the guys a chance to get in here. So about 11:50ish Central Time, I'll be going ahead and that freeze up. Yeah, it looked like my camera froze up, which is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna get you on a full screen real quick. I don't know what's going on there? Where my camera froze up? Not that I can work on anything because I got the full screen. So I guess just not gonna have the video. This is weird. Worked it just fine a second ago. My phone be acting up. So principles. Let's get a definition for principles. Definition. Okay. Principles. Ace. Move the table. All right. A principle is a fundamental truth, basic rule, or law that serves as the foundation for a system of belief, behavior, or action, or explains how something works. Okay, here. or principle, right? This kind of gets to what I talk to, one of the points I talk to. So let's take this right here, system of belief. Because you can't have a culture if everybody has their own individual system of belief, right? So let's pull up a definition. How are we defining system of belief? It's a structured collection of interconnected principles, values, and tenets that an individual or group uses to interpret reality, guide their behavior, and make sense of their place in the world. So I see an issue here. It's interconnected principles, right? So we can probably just toss that part out and take a structured collection of values and tenets that an individual or group uses to interpret reality. Because you don't want to use the word you're trying to define in the word. And understandable with we're pulling up a system of belief, uh, a system of belief, right? And so we're not using the word belief to define it, but we got to this from the, let's say, the anterior word of principles. So it still brought us circular to interconnected principles. So again, that's why I want to toss that part of the definition out. And we're just going to roll with a structured collection of values and tenets that an individual or group uses to interpret reality, guide their behavior, and make sense of their place in the world. That's the AI overview we're looking at on Google right now. So what what is our structured collection of values, right? So here we go, deeper down the rabbit hole. I'm going to take this. What are values? What are values? I know what value is to me. What are values in this sense? In this sense, values are fundamental principles. They're already in principles, right? Can we toss that out, or we're gonna keep it? What we're gonna do? I'm thinking about tossing it out. Let's see where we go. Fundamental principles, beliefs, or qualities that people or societies hold as important, guiding decisions, actions, and behavior. Oh, so we probably can. So values are beliefs or qualities that people or societies hold as important, guiding decisions and actions and behavior. And furthermore, it says they serve as an internal compass, providing inspiration and guidance for living a purposeful life. That's like I say, what is our standard, right? What a standard are we supposed to be aspiring to? Or is any old thing just okay? Because if we're talking about culture, any old thing just won't be okay. It has to be aligned with what the majority is doing in order for it to be a culture, that is, right? So let's go back here. Go back a little bit. Culture meeting, culture, let's see. Social forms, right? So again, culture is the customary, according to Merriam-Webster, it's the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. I'm going to take this word, social forms, I'm going to find a definition for it. So open the tab. Social form meaning refers to the abstract, recurring patterns and structures of social interaction, social organization, and collective identity that shape human relationships and societal arrangements. Let's see, the abstract, right? Recurring patterns and structures of social interaction kind of goes against abstract. We'll agree. A social organization and collective identity that shape human relationships. So this is an argument for critical race theory, I think is what they call it. Furthermore, it said, oh, furthermore, it says rather than the specific content of an interaction, a social form describes the way people interact or are organized, such as the structure of a family, the rules of a game, or a common cultural identity. Key sociologists like George Simmel studied these forms to understand how interactions are shaped by common recurring structures like those of the stranger or the poor. So a lot of insight there as to what's going on here with with culture. So what I'm seeing is there are requirements that have to be met, good or bad, in order for there to be a culture to begin with. Then we can start pruning from there. Is the way I see it. And here, oh, okay, Lord. Excuse me. Material traits of a racial, material traits of a racial. Okay, let's see. Material. Okay, let's pull up material traits. But that one's kind of got me stumped on. Be going forever on this little bit of order from McDonald's. So, let's there we go. Instead of getting this, backwards. Got it. Let's find a definition for this one here. And I am going to go, finish my chicken. I'm going to go there. I'm sorry. Some material traits. There's, search for material traits or characteristics can refer to the physical attributes of tangible objects and culture, such as a tool's jagged quality or material's shiny appearance, or they can refer to the specific properties that are integrated or integral to the composition of a material in the context of gaming, such as a material, material conferring reinforcement to a crafted tool. In a broader sense, material traits are the physical elements that define a culture from buildings and clothing to technology. I know one of those material traits right now would be dreadlocks. Mm. And on that note, folks, we will finish this more later on, and I'm gonna give you something to lay down. You have a good one. Dominate your day, dominate your night, and remember to just be people.